It's an orange out in Blacksburg tonight as the Virginia Tech Hokies host the Duke Blue Devils. Hey, ever to the Michigan State game. The injury not as severe as we once thought. He is back in the starting lineup tonight. Cassius Stanley and the Duke Blue Devils in blue. Virginia Tech, the Hokies, just like the crowd tonight, in orange. And we are underway in Blacksburg.
In two contrasting styles in this game, you'll see Duke try to get the ball inside to Vernon Carey as much as possible. Virginia Tech, one of the shortest teams in the country, going to have a difficult time trying to guard number one in the painted area. But conversely, Virginia Tech, one of the best shooting teams nationally, second nationally actually, with over 12 three-point field goals made per game.
You take a look at the starting five. That is a way different starting five than a year ago when this team beat Duke in this building. The Hokies have actually won the last three matchups in Blacksburg. Nolly off balance, gets rid of it. P.J. Horn fires a three, too much on it.
See, starting off with Tre Jones, maybe the best point guard in the country, all the way down through Vernon Carey, Cassius Stanley, Jack White, Matthew Hurt, completing that starting five. But when you look at Carey on the offensive end where he'll have an advantage, defensively, can he keep up with P.J. Horn on the exterior who's shooting over 50% from three?
Double team comes on Carey, spins around it, comes up empty. Nolly straight into attack mode. And the Hokies strike first. We mentioned Virginia Tech has the last three wins in Blacksburg, but the last meeting came in the Sweet 16 when Duke got the better of the Hokies. Tre Jones had 5 threes in that game, passing off, and the Australian
guys in this game who played significant roles in that Sweet 16 matchup a year ago, and I'm sure that they remember. I know what Bisa Bede does. Of course, he was very instrumental in that game, 10 points, and very upset over the start to knock off Michigan State. And we talked about that earlier. I'm not certain that even if Duke does get off to a great start, you can't take the crowd out of Cassell. These guys are going to be here. They show up in orange for this tonight. And the players have
3 straight made baskets to start this game. Right into the teeth of the defense. It doesn't fall for Tre Jones. Tyrese Radford, it drops.
In Maui at the Maui Jim Invitational over number 3 ranked Michigan State at the time. Of course, they've been a great three-point shooting team as his teams at Wofford were, but he gives his team the ultimate green light and confidence. But it's been all about the Hokies thus far as Horn misses on that three, but they have found their way to the basket and had success. Their first missed opportunity for P.J. Horn.
DeLaurier coming off his best performance of the season against Michigan State, and that's a first turnover caused by Duke tonight. They've been highly effective in that department to start the year.
And this is where Virginia Tech has to take advantage of matchups. Taking advantage of his matchup, blowing by a defender for an easy layup.
Matthew Hurt buries a corner on this Duke team.
And right now, Jay, we're almost 2 minutes past what would have been the media timeout, but this pace not slowing down. Both these teams still getting after it, and of course, the Hokies aren't going to slow down the entire game.
Great feed, Landers Nolly picking out. Regular basis back this year. How has Mike Young got them playing at such a high level with so many different guys?
He says they calls it great freedom, and I attribute that to confidence. As you see, they continue to get the ball inside. Now, 12 points in the paint.
They did on Tuesday night against Michigan State. Tre Jones steps into a three. It's off the mark. But they have not picked up where they left off here in Blacksburg. Bede. A three. It's good!
From the Hokies in this game, when they get a look, they let it go, and that comes directly from the encouragement of their head coach off of missed threes. You allow Virginia Tech to get in transition. Turnover on that possession, but still a possible good look.
4 on 2, and Jack White rocks the rim.
Ball in the hands of Tre Jones, who pushes the tempo better than anyone.
What a fun start here in Blacksburg. These two teams trading punches. And Bede, Bisa Bede.
Not only with the scoring, but distributing as well.
A triple team coming in on Vernon Carey Jr. They have been relentless guarding the big man. Right into him. Another double team comes. He muscled his way through it. It'll head.
Conversation. What I am going to get involved in is after Thanksgiving
Yes.
to say we got one. But we already won our ACC championship. That was beating Virginia Tech finally after a streak of 15 losses. That's an ACC championship enough for me.
Off the steal, Vernon Carey Jr. his first point.
And get back defensively in transition.
Carey shooting over the double team, comes up empty. It's a 9-2 Blue Devils run. If they settled into this game, it was a hot Hokie start. Wabisa Beatty on the move, takes it right to the hoop for the scoop and score. Bradford didn't see him. Now finally gets it to him.
But you look at the size advantage that Duke has over the Hokies, but still doesn't matter. Probably has a 3 to 4 inch advantage on everyone on the court right now, but the Hokies just playing harder.
Hurt for a three, it's good! Triple team. Someone's open. Wendell Moore trying to take advantage. Wide open three for Goldwire, and he knocks it down. Another offensive rebound for Virginia Tech. Wilkins hard to the hole. Didn't have the angle, and it was stuffed by Delorier underneath.
Well, that's one of the areas of the strength for Duke. They lead the nation in the shot block, but they can't allow themselves to give up transition buckets this easy. And you see the Blue Devils running in mud a little bit in this game, and the Hokies continue to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
A kind bounce from Alex. 28 out of the Hokies' 28 points, 20 have come in the paint. We told you it was going to be a three-point shooting, let it fly night, but the Hokies have flipped the script into the paint again.
Mike Young has talked about his team continuing to stay aggressive in this game on both ends of the floor.
Cassius Stanley follows his own miss, keeps the play alive for Duke. He's back in the lineup after he missed a week with an injury. And Duke can
scoring with that size on the interior.
Foul called on the inside, wave off the basket. And you look at Virginia Tech. They are one of the shortest teams in the entire country. Got Vernon Carey at 6'10". Lean a three, and that'll wake this crowd up out of the timeout.
By Beatty.
Leads to a three.
That's one of those plays where you almost have to make it because Wabisa Beatty made such a great play, keeping his dribble alive and being patient in the paint.
That time the double team couldn't come quick enough.
Defenders to be able to load up on you. Vernon Carey does a great job posting in the middle of the paint. Hard to double team when you catch the ball in the middle of the floor.
P.J. Horn, only at 6'6", has the assignment of Carey tonight. Landers, Nolly.
Come out in 4 shots and thought about the fact that he averages 20 points a game. He has to get his. He's played a great team game in helping his team to build the lead.
Trey Jones steps into his first basket.
A year ago, if he hadn't been shooting the basketball well, maybe he would have shied away from taking shots, but not that time. Steps up confidently, knocks it down, and then Vernon Carey getting out on the break with the easy one. I think 4 layups because they shoot it so well. They want to be able to find a three in transition when there's no defense set.
Nolly, great speed, Horn the finish.
Not only about his scoring, but probably his second or third beautiful dime that he's dropped in this game.
Jones fires the three, can't connect. Nolly thought about taking it coast to coast, and he did, and he was fouled on his way to the rim.
Rebound on Sunday.
Right now trailing by. Inside to Carey. Turns, faces.
Get to that right shoulder, left hand jump hook, and get an easy bucket, showing off great touch on that possession.
Shot clock down to 7. TJ Horn fires the three. It's good! Tre Jones quickly the other way to end the half. Floater. It drops. Oh, how appropriate we end on that sequence. It has been a great first half between these two teams.
Great action both ways. We felt like only the second day of basketball activity for Cassius Stanley. Of course, he went out last Friday and hasn't done much of anything since. So, you know, it's hard to be able to develop a rhythm and be able to participate in a game like this.
Jones picks it out. Looking for Verdon Carey Jr. These two teams trading turnovers early.
And that's not something you see often from Tre Jones, who set a record a year ago for assisted turnovers in Virginia Tech already with 30 points in the paint.
Joey Baker trying to answer, was fouled, but
we haven't heard the Sandman yet.
Off is over, come over the ACC next.
You're going on Virginia Tech, and honestly, it seems as though Coach K is trying to insert some energy into his team. Turns up with a turnover here.
Wendell Moore trying to take it himself. Ball bounced around. Goldwire out of control. Finally, does it drop? No, Tre Jones thought he had two, and the fourth effort finally falls. Somehow the shoe got back on Couture's foot.
No, it's not all the way on right now. If I would try to drive him because he didn't have the shoe on all the way as Tre Jones, and that's not a returning defense into offense. That time, they were able to dodge a bullet. Moore unable to finish a point-blank shot at the rim.
Beatty into attack mode, blows by DeLaurier three. Tre Jones, great dish. DeLaurier, there's your answer.
His ankle in that loss to Ohio State as the Blue Devils take their
since it was game. 3-2. 3-2 in the early moments of this game. And Duke has clawed all their way back from down as much as 12 in this game. Here's Wabisa Bede. Looks at the shot clock. 8 seconds on it. Takes it himself all the way to the rack. Throws it up. Off the mark. Coliseum. Virginia Tech has won the last 3 meetings. Getting tested here. Duke with a 1-point lead. Looking for more. Great shot. Wendell Moore fouled on his way to the...
Coach K has simply said this game make points in the paint.
Landers Nolley. Passing off. Here's Tyrese Radford. Puts it
miles per hour now. How does that take you 20 minutes to get 10 miles when you've got a 70-mile-per-hour speed limit? You have no answer for me?
It doesn't. No,
okay, I was just checking. All right, just making sure.
TJ Horn buries a three.
That's that matchup that Mike Young talked about wanting to exploit all game long with Vernon Carey in the game.
Vernon. He ties it at 52. Moore right into the teeth of the Virginia Tech defense, passes out. The hesitation, Jones steps into it and knocks it down.
I'm a believer in the mid-range, and Tre Jones is as well, as he gets the lead back for the Blue Devils by knocking down the mid-range jumper.
Under 10 minutes to go. This has been a heavyweight fight. These two teams going punch for punch.
Two of his 2 older brothers. Pick one, he says, I don't know, sometimes I'm bragging, but hey, the shoe fits, wear it. He does have choices.
And after all the success he's had, 40 years at the helm of Duke, he said this would be one of the best weeks he's ever had if they could go to Michigan State and here in Blacksburg.
Floor, great sub by Coach K. It's kind of hard to compliment a guy, you know, who's been doing this 45 years, 40 of them at Duke, and has pretty much every possible coaching record known to man.
There's the mid-range.
And here, in probably the biggest game of this year thus far, he is putting on a show.
Wendell Moore fading away. The bank open here in Blacksburg. Landers Nolley out of this game as well. What a take, Tre Jones.
Duke out in transition with another opportunity.
Wendell Moore patiently puts it up and in.
Which is giving the Blue Devils an opportunity to be able to switch defensively as well as guard each guy man-to-man. And so now Wabisa Beatty's not able to find those matchups that he was finding earlier in the game. But the Blue Devils and Jack White come up with another block shot. We mentioned earlier they lead the country coming into the game with 71 shots blocked. And they continue to add to their total in this game.
Landers Nolley still without any points in the second half. Trey Jones in traffic.
So Beatty had the matchup and he went to the switch. And Jack White has done a very good job sliding his feet and guarding his man, whether it be the point guard, the 4, the 5, whatever it had to be in this game.
5 seconds to shoot. And a foul called on Joey Baker, reached in on Hunter Couture.
O'Connell able to slide his feet a little better. Coach K talked to us about the fact that he's a deceptive athlete.
And Vernon Carey Jr. has been on the Duke bench for much of the second half. What a turn, scoop to the hoop, Wabisa Beatty.
Trey Jones was looking for the screen coming. The nice spin move and finish by Beatty. No help at the rim for the Blue Devils.
Goldwire had it open 3, did not fire.
In the first half, Goldwire knocked down 2 threes, but looks hesitant to shoot it now, but an offensive rebound for the Blue Devils, and this is another one of the ways they've been able to neutralize Virginia Tech over the Blue Devils. But to this point, Duke has evened that up here in the second half.
Jones, contested shot, and the sophomore buries it.
When the point guards start making big plays in games, Wabisa Beatty on one end, Trey Jones with some get back on the other end. This is real basketball. I mean, you know, when the point guards are the best players on the floor, that's the best way basketball.
Beatty, he threw it right to Wendell Moore, the freshman, up and away, and Duke has its largest lead of the night.
Really started to break for Wendell Moore in that possession. Now Moore draws the offensive foul on Landers Nolley. That happens constantly, of course, and this is our best angle. Does give Moore a pretty good shove on that possession. It was unnecessary, and therefore it turns out they're in for player safety.
Trey Jones and Wendell Moore have accounted for the Blue Devils' last 12 points. The lead is 11.
Vernon Carey Jr. back on the floor, and right now Duke going to use him like a great football team would use a running game. Play through him, milk for him.
It is all Blue Devils right now. 14-point lead for Duke. Hokies trying to cut into it. Can't get anything.
Carey Jr. back in the game. You see Trey Jones taking his time, milking the shot clock. They're not even getting involved into the offensive action until about 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
O'Connell made the last 3, gets that one to fall too. A 35-16 run since the break. Only 2 made baskets in the last 11+ minutes for Virginia Tech. Foul called. And we'll step.
I mentioned it before, 40 years on the bench is very little. He wasn't going to have a tremendous amount of success defensively with Jack White on the floor. Jack White's been a difference maker and part of the reason why the Blue Devils have a 14-point lead.
And what a stretch this has been for this Duke team. They go on the road for the first time this season, a true road game, and it comes against Michigan State in East Lansing. They handle Sparty. Then you come into Blacksburg, get punched in the mouth. You're trailing by 12, and the way they have responded has been so impressive. Jones, oh, he's been money all his finest.
Minnesota's own.
Up to 15 points. His mid-range game is money. And those were falling in the first half for Wabisa Beatty. But they are here in Blacksburg. Give and go to Jones, 2 on the timer. That's a turnover. Isaiah Wilkins, an air ball, and this is a Virginia Tech team that we were told, Mike Young told us, we live and die by the
shooting the three at that point, but in the second half, the Blue Devils neutralized those points in the paint and were able to take advantage of their quickness as Jordan Goldwire gets to the rim. We've talked all year long about how good of a defensive team the Blue Devils are, and right now, with under a minute to play, the Hokies are sitting on 60 points. And again, you have to give them credit for the defensive job they've done in this game.
And right on cue, blocked by Jack White, but the foul. Duke's just going to drain this shot clock to 1. That would have capped it off in great fashion, but still, Mike Krzyzewski in just 4 days goes to East Lansing, gets a win, and comes to Blacksburg, where they've lost the last 3 meetings, and gets a really nice road win to start ACC play 1-0 for the Blue Devils, a 77-63 final.
9 weeks that he's had as a coach, you know, throughout his entire career, and when you talk about all the success that he's had, but he talked about the academic structure which they had going on. Their players were taking tests on the road when they were going up to play Michigan State. Of course, very little rest, getting back at 4 a.m. Wednesday morning, getting to Roanoke yesterday, coming in to play this game.